Jelly gouache. What happens when you leave them alone for an extended period of time? Now, I've already done a video on these jelly gouache. When I first got them, I had to add water and stir them around until the consistency was nice and creamy. But what happens when you leave them for almost a year in the box and you don't use them? Well, no surprise, they get thick and goopy, and some of them even dry up and crack. The good news is you can add water and you can still continue to use them. Today I'm going to give these paints another try and do a painting. I guess my mind is on warmer weather during these Canadian winters, so I'm going to be doing a painting of a beach. Now, I saw an image online that had a red umbrella and a red chair, and I thought that was very striking, so I'm going to do my version of that. Okay, so my first mistake is that my horizon line dips down a little bit on the left-hand side. I notice it when I put the paint on and I fix it. I like to work out my ideas with a very light pencil sketch, but if you feel comfortable, you can just go right in there with the paint. The water at the horizon line is going to be the darkest, and as it gets closer to shore, things will get lighter and lighter. Okay, so I didn't do the best job of mixing the paints. Some of them are still a little bit thick. You can see here where I've got too much paint on my brush and I didn't mix enough water with it. When blending other colors, I take the opportunity to thin out the green paint. Trying to create a gradual change from the dark colors to the light colors, I just continue to keep adding in some light colors, and then I'll go back in and add in some dark blues and blend that, but not completely, so that it looks like different ripples in the water. It only took painting most of the water before I get to the beach and find that right consistency. And here you see I finally addressed the issue of the horizon line. The thing that I found the most surprising about reactivating these paints is that they didn't all act the same way. Some of them didn't really need much help at all to be useful again, whereas other paints were hard and cracked and needed to soak, and some were just thick and goopy. I'm having trouble with the blue paint getting a nice consistency. It's either too watery and streaky, or it goes on too thick. and yet the lighter blue goes on smoother. I accidentally put some of the blue sky inside the umbrella. When you put paint where it shouldn't be, the good thing about gouache is that if you have a clean, damp brush, you can go over that area and lift the paint. So the paint in the clouds is a lot thicker than I wanted. I wasn't really having a good time with the blue at first. Trying to even out the blue, I spread it too far into where the white clouds should be. So then I had to paint over the blue to reestablish the clouds. Once I got the clouds in, I added in the shadows in the clouds, using some of the green from the water to make light grays. I painted a contrast color inside the umbrella, but then when it came to painting the umbrella, I realized I needed it to be darker and more vibrant, so I went with a gray. I tried an angle brush out for the umbrella, but I didn't like the way it felt and that I couldn't see the very end of one side of the brush while I was painting. So I quickly went back to the flat brush. I wanted the shadow to be a very dark contrast to the brightness of the umbrella, but then you couldn't see the legs of the chair, so I had to paint those in again. I took my time with the shadow and tried to create as many little details as possible so that it would look like a real shadow as opposed to just a dark block underneath the umbrella. You can support my channel by subscribing so YouTube will share my videos with more people. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you ring that bell, you'll be notified every time I post a video. Thank you for watching.